Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. Got a few things to cover. The main purpose of this video though is to showcase the difference between what I mentioned in a previous video and showcased at 3MA and on the MBL Extremes. I did a comparison of the Cord Dave DAC and the Cronus turntable. But what I kind of kept a secret until the end was that on both versions I was using, well, in the Dave version I was using an LP rip of the LP we were playing on the Cronus turntable. And it was interesting to see how people didn't have major problems probably with either one. They might preferred one versus the other, but in some cases they preferred the vinyl rip. So what I thought I would do is go the next step. I got some more of those recordings, and then I'm going to do on my Geo Research and Extremes the streaming version versus the rip, which is very interesting. And that could tell you a lot of things. In some cases you may prefer the digital, some cases you may prefer the analog. But one thing that kind of piqued my interest is that, and what I think would probably be the case, is that these rips are pretty darn good. And they're off of a turntable that's a Rockport with a Lyra Atlas cartridge, super high end, great phono stage. You could probably make an argument that this rip is better than playing that native album on a lesser quality turntable. And I'll let you be the judge for yourself here. We're not doing that comparison here. We don't have the ability, I don't have a cheap turntable to play these albums on, but this will give you a delta between the streaming and the LP rip, which again, it's not about trying to figure out which one is which. You may hear a tick and pop here and there on a rip that makes it easy to tell. It's more about preferences and how close it can get, or even advantageous on the rip versus streaming. I think the streaming, well, I'll let you judge for yourself, but in any case, another thing I wanted to do is show and tell a couple things, and I'll put that video in a separate one so you don't have to go through this introduction every time if you're going to constantly go back and do A/B. So you'll have all those tracks in a separate video linked at the end. But I'm using a new mic. I try to reinvest the money that I make on this channel. It's kind of, I'm at a net loss right now, but in any case, I do have some members, and I try to reinvest the money I do make, any revenue in, on stuff for the channel. And I got a new mic for the camera, and this is the first time I'm going to be using that in the recordings. In the next video you'll see, and you tell me how that works. The thing I like about this, it has an app and I can adjust the mic gain, so it'll prevent it from overloading. And then when I'm also, in theory, if I adjust it right, if I go to Expono, this could give me a little more control in each room when they're playing it loud versus soft, and give you better recordings. But take a listen. This will be the first video that follows that uses this. Let me know your thoughts on that. Another couple of show and tell coming soon things is this headphone process I'm going through, reacquainting myself after hearing the stacks in Blue Hawaii. I'm trying to reacquaint myself with other headphones. I showed the Sonoma in the prior video, the Sonoma N1. This is the Macintosh. I don't even know what model number is. Johnny had it around. I just brought it home. Probably, I don't know, maybe a $500 headphone. I don't know. Nowadays, I can't tell because they charge out the $6,200 for that sax, just the headphone, and then the $6,200 I think for the amp. I don't know what costs so much to make these. It doesn't seem like that it would cost that much, but you know, audiophile world. But I'm going to give this a listen as well. I want to make sure that really what I heard was a unicorn. I've had Odysseys in the past, Pandora, Sennheisers, and I've heard the Focal, the Abyss, and so I just want to reacquaint myself before investing that kind of money that I really heard a unicorn. So I'll take you along for the ride with me on some of the things I'm learning. I'm not going to be an expert headphone reviewer because I really don't know this stuff, but I'll give you my thoughts as well in an upcoming video. And then the final thing I wanted to show and tell today, I meant to do this a long time ago. My introductory video on the channel talks about it. I'm a big fan of the 27 Club, the people that have major artists that have died at 27, Jimi Hendrix, Amy Winehouse, Jim Morrison, Kurt Cobain. So I paint paintings of them, but I'm not a painter. Can't even paint to save my life. But so how did I do this? Well, a lot of people have asked me, and I used a service called Drawlify. And it was a service that mainly did stock photos, and you could order it and it would be paint by numbers, and they send you all the paint that you need, and you paint these stock photos. But there was a hidden feature where you could upload an image that a lot of people didn't know about. So what I did was I took my favorite pictures I've ever seen of these 27 club members. Sent it to them. They basically created a paint by numbers canvas and sent me all the gradients of the colors that are used. And it takes a long time. I mean, we're talking, this is a different level of paint by number than what you're used to as a kid, but this is how it comes out. And I'm not even finished this one, but it's a pretty amazing. Now, maybe I'll pop up some pictures of other ones I've painted, and people don't even know. I bring this to a framing gallery that does major artwork, and they think, oh my God, you know, you're a famous artist or something. They don't even know. So in any case, I don't know though, Drawlify, somebody told me when I gave them this tip, they said they can't find the site. I think COVID might have caused them to go out of business. I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm referring it to it and it's out of business. Sorry about that. There probably is though another service. The technology's out there, I'm sure. So there's probably somebody else doing the same thing. So maybe search and see if there's a sister company or something that'll do it for you if Drawlify is not around. But just wanted to give you that update and show you some pictures of things that would be really cool to put in a music room, at least if you enjoy artwork to go with your music. So without further ado, let me link at the end of this video the LP rip versus streaming, and then let me know in the comments what you think.